All right, it's happening right now. Worst Cuts is starting. Let's go. I'll see you guys in boot camp.
All stories alleged. For gossip and entertainment only. Let's get started.
Hello everyone, Sharona here. So, like I like saying, I'm on my back patio. So you'll hear the birds, the plane, cars, and someone is having their lawn mowed. So you'll hear all that. But I wanted to come on and speak on Anne Burell. Now, who's Anne Burell? She's a famous chef. Everyone knows Anne Burell. She stands out because of her style, especially her hairstyle. And it was announced that she passed away yesterday. And it's working. My anxiety is not feeling good because they release it without saying the cause of death. Now, do they have to tell us? No, they don't. But once you release that someone dies, then you're left wondering what exactly did she die from. Now, my fear of dying is the S word. I'm terrified of saying it, but I'm going to say it: stroke. For some reason, that's my fear. And when I hear of people being sick and dying, I don't take on that news that hard because it's like they're sick. There was nothing else that could be done for them. Like people who have cancer and dementia or any terminally ill disease, unfortunately everything was done. They tried every medication method, and it's just not working. It's just time to go. That I can deal with, but to hear of someone who was partying the night before, this and that, and to just end up dead, which guess what? It happens every day. It's just that when you're a celebrity, you're in the public eye, or you're a part of the news cycle, we get to see that, and then it leaves us wondering, especially again for those who suffer with anxiety, and to hear of someone dying and not knowing what they die of. It kind of takes a little toll. So before we get into the article from People, please like, share, subscribe, and we're going to read the article. So this is an exclusive from People. And the last picture I seen with Anne, she looked like she lost weight. So of course I'm thinking, oh, maybe she was battling cancer or something, and eventually that's what took her out, because she died at home. And a lot of time when you hear people dying at home, usually family and friends, they know it's coming, and they go and surround their loved ones in their time of transitioning. So we're going to read the story because it is saying that she was out the night before enjoying herself with people on stage, and to go to bed and not wake up. Is it possible? Of course it is. But again, we don't know of those people out there because they're not in the media to know of that. So let's start the article. It says Anne Burell, who was in great spirits at her improv show the night before her unexpected death. Everyone said she was so great last night and so happy, a source tells People. Now, if you know me, I don't like sources, because sources are usually somebody's telling a story just to tell a story. We don't know the true facts when they use sources. But we're just going to go with that for now because that's what the article says. And I think I've told you before that I like to read from people who have a reputable notoriety of, most likely what you read on their website might be the closest thing to the truth you might get to. So it says Anne Burell was enjoying her new hobby of improv comedy the night before she died. The beloved chef died on the morning of Tuesday, June 17th, at her home in Brooklyn, New York. She was 55 years old. Reps for the star announced Burrell's death in a release obtained by People. On Monday, June 16th, she performed an improv show at the Second City, New York in Brooklyn. The show was the finale of her course of improv classes per Instagram. Everyone said she was so great last night and so happy, a source tells People. A separate source who was with her at the improv show confirmed she was in great spirit last night during and after the improv show. Typical, fun, outgoing Anne, having a blast. Everyone is shocked and confused because the late chef seemed fine when everyone left the show, the source tells People. Just over a week before her death, on Monday, June 8th, Burrell shared with her Instagram followers that she was having an absolute blast being in the improv classes. In the previous post, she promoted her Monday, June 16th show. She also added a photo with a few of her classmates, as well as a selfie at the Second City venue. She first announced she was taking improv for actors on Wednesday, March 19th. Can I just say, it is so much fun and I am learning so much. It really helps me to get out of my shell as I needed that. I love what I do. Lucky girl, she wrote in Instagram caption. The next month, on Monday, April 28th, she announced that term 2 for the project began and shared, I'm thrilled to be back. We are deeply saddened by the loss of our friend and student, Anne Burell. Second City, New York Instagram tribute to Burrell on June 17th read. She will be missed and remembered as a vibrant part of our Second City, New York Training Center community. Anne brought joy, boldness, and an unwavering yes and spirit. Her enthusiasm was contagious. Her presence was unforgettable. Our thoughts goes out to Anne's family and loved one. Burrell was found unconscious and responsive at the scene of her death at 7:50 a.m. on Tuesday, June 17th, the New York City Police Department told People. EMS responded and pronounced her deceased on scene, police said. Burrell began her career in television after teaching at the Institute of Culinary Education in the early 2000s. She went on to star in Iron Chef America, Chef Wanted, Chopped, and Worst Cooks in America. In March 2025, the New York native was featured on the competitive series House of Knives. Anne was a beloved wife, sister, daughter, stepmother, and friend. Her smile lit up every room she entered, her family said in a statement. Anne's light radiated far beyond those who knew, touching millions across the world. Though she's no longer with us, her warm spirit and boundless love remain eternal. The Worst Cooks in America host is survived by her husband, Stuart Claxton, and his son, Xavier, as well as her mother, Marlene, and sister, Jane. Her children, Isabella, Amelia, and Nicholas, and her brother, Ben. Oh, so she has children. Because they said Anne was a beloved wife, sister, daughter, stepmother, and friend. But then we know her husband has a friend, as a son, sorry. I think it's Javier. I said Xavier, but I think it's Javier. And then, as well as her mother, sister, and sister Jane, her children. Oh, okay, so it sounds like it's the sister's children. Because it says she survived by her mother, Marlene, and sister Jane, her children, Isabella, Amelia, and Nicholas, and their brother Ben. So it looks like it's the sister Jane. Her kids are Isabella, Amelia, and Nicholas. But anyways, gossipers, what are your thoughts? It's just so sad, and like they would tell you, we have to wait for the autopsy and the toxicology, all those, because as people would say, 55 years, that's young, and just to drop dead like that. Does it happen? Of course it does. But usually with circumstances like this, or situations like this, I should say, not circumstance, when they go and do all these tests, then it comes out that something was deep there, but because it was not checked on or anything like that, it's not something that was caught on time. Like if they go and they say, well, she had a clogged artery, so it was cardiac arrest, and they didn't know that until they did the autopsy, and you're looking back and go, oh my God, when was the last time she went to the cardiologist? Could they have seen? Did she do blood work? Could the blood work show that this was building in her arteries? Just things like that goes through your mind when, again, like I said, if you're not told that they were sick and now they're in hospice, which usually means they're now they're going to transition any day now, and you're like, okay, it's to be expected. But to go out and come into your house, fall asleep, and never wake up again, it's just mind-boggling. And like I said, it plays with your anxiety, just wondering what exactly happened to Anne. But yes, gossipers, it's sad. It's just a sad story. We don't know these people, but we see them around. We watch their show. She's very entertaining. She's not someone I followed, but there's a few cooking shows that she's been on. I think she did one with Rachel Ray, where she and Rachel, they were competitors. So they each had their team. And I think what was nice with this is it was like the celebrity edition. So there were certain celebrities on there that we know of. That's what pulled me to watching the show. But, very sad. Prayers go out to her family, her friends, everyone who's mourning her loss, people who knew her. And, she seemed like she was fun. Just the little that I saw and watched of Anne, she would have been a great person to hang around with. So, gossipers, what are your thoughts? Do you think we'll find out what the exact cause of death is? And prayers out to her family. That's all we can really say. Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching and listening.